Hey, my friends, welcome to the Leadership Center. Today we're talking about strong leadership. Often I will refer to this attribute that leaders need to be strong, but what does that exactly mean? And people have been asking me to define some of the attributes, and I've come up with 10 attributes of what it means to be a strong leader. Now, we could take this from a negative perspective and say that some people are obnoxious, they're strong in all the wrong ways, but today let's talk about the right ways to be strong. So let's just start. Number one, these are not in any particular order, but let me just rifle through some of them. Number one, I think if you're going to be a strong leader, then you need to have the strength of your convictions, what you believe, your core values, your standards, particularly when we are living in days that we're living in today. It is just a constant fluidity. Things are just moving back and forth for leaders in different spheres of influences and organizations, things that are coming against you, whether it is financial pressure, economic pressure, emotional pressure. You need to be able to stand on your core convictions. Number two, absolutely critical, the ability to make decisive decisions. If there is one thing that is going to define your leadership ability, and that is how you are able to make decisions versus those that just want to avoid it or abdicate it. And that once you've made your decisions, based on data, based on research, based on gut feel, and all those wonderful things that we talk about, then you need to be decisive in the decisions that you're making. Number three, the ability to lead when others are uncertain. And not only when others are uncertain, but the environment is uncertain. When we have these shifting sands that are occurring all the time. You may be starting up a brand new business, and you know what that takes to get that off the ground and to launch it. So when people are afraid, when they're insecure, when they're uncertain, they are looking to the leader to provide strength. And if you don't provide it, they're just going to lose focus and energy. Number four, the ability to believe while others may be operating in fear. The ability to believe in your vision, to believe in your mandate, to believe in your call, to believe in what you are trying to accomplish. Maybe when people are trying to jump off the boat, there you are providing that captaincy, that leadership that is always going to give people that internal fortitude and security. Number five, avoid the instability of being double-minded. My friends, listen, that's not strength. To start one thing and then stop and then go over here. You know, in my day, we used to call it the flavor of the month. Some leaders, they lead by the flavor of the month. What do they believe is going to work this month? And what do they believe is going to work this week? And let's stop that and let's try this. That just creates chaos and disorder in the organization and causes people to be uncertain. So get off that double-minded. Make sure that you are focused on your priorities. Number six, you hear me talk a lot about this, courageous confidence. Courageous confidence, which I believe ties into the fact that you believe in your own words, you believe in your own message, you believe in what you are trying to accomplish. People need confidence that things will be well. It'll be okay. I remember trying to lead my organization through COVID. Nobody knew what was going on, but I had to give people a sense of direction, a sense of confidence, a sense that tomorrow will be better than today. And the day after that will be a better day still. And that we're always moving towards our objectives. Number seven, the ability to take calculated risks. Remember, we're talking about strong leadership. We talked about decisive decision-making, but when we take risks, they need to be calculated. There needs to be some sort of safety net. In other words, you have done your homework. You have thought about this. You have spoken to people. You have feedback. It's not like you're entering into risk blindly, although decisions can be very costly and can be very frightening. You have done your due diligence. You are ready to take that plunge, but you have mitigated the risks. In other words, you have taken every opportunity to create the cautions around you. Number eight, emotional willpower. Emotional willpower. To me, it falls under emotional intelligence, but this is that idea of that internal fortitude that you're not going to bail out, that you're not going to look for the comfort zone, that you're not going to look for the nearest exit. You have fortified yourself mentally, spiritually, maybe. You've given yourself that internal strength of mind, particularly strength of emotion. In other words, you're able to control. That's what emotional intelligence is. You're able to control your emotions and you're able to control your head while others are losing theirs. Number 9, you've heard a lot about this, grit. This is a big word right now. That grit, that internal stick-to-itiveness, that internal, it kind of ties into that willpower, emotional willpower, but maybe it's a little more deep-rooted. Now, I'm not talking about stubbornness. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about determination that is focused in the right direction because you have put the other things in place. It's that intangible. It's that it factor that you can't teach it. You can't navigate it. You have to have it. You have to find it for yourself. And then number 10, which I believe ties into grit, but it's more about the long term. To me, grit maybe is in that short term. Number 10, endurance. This is the long haul. This is we are in this until we win, until we finalize it, until we achieve our objectives. My friends, these are all attributes of strong leaders. And the people that are watching you, the people that are following you, the people that need you, they are looking for these attributes. And you know what's amazing? These things are contagious. People actually pick up on these things. And whether you come out and say, I have grit, you don't need to say I have grit or endurance or I'm decisive. No, they're going to know it. They're going to feel it. They're going to sense it. They're going to feed off your energy. They're going to feed off your strength, and they themselves will become stronger because you are building leaders of leaders. And so there you have it, my friends. I'd love to hear your comments, your questions, your likes, your dislikes. Maybe you would add to this list. I'd love to hear it. What makes a strong leader? I'm Dr. Tony Soldano. Thank you for joining me today.